Hey folks, I think it's about time I do another project. So I've been doing a lot of walks, bike rides and visits to steam rallies, that type of thing. But I need to do a project. So I've got a nice little project for myself and for you guys if you want to watch it. It's here in this box. Let's open it and see what it is. Yes folks, it's a beautiful little vintage vise from Record. It's actually in really good condition. I've bought this off eBay and it's actually in really good condition for its age. But what I'm going to do, and you've seen us do it before with my vices, I'm going to make it better than new and too nice to use. Very similar to the bigger Record, which was its bigger brother, the Record 74. That was in a different video, and I've since sold that vice. I generally sell them now. I keep me crappy Chinese vices for myself. So yes, I will be selling this one as well. But I'm going to make this vice better than new, too nice to use. So guys, before I start stripping this vice down to clean it up, I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. So I've done a little bit of Googling, so I don't know too much about these things. So because this vice has a square boss, it was likely manufactured from around 1963 to early 1970s. If it had had a rounded boss, which I'll show you in a minute, it would have been pre-1963. It could have been from 1928 up to 1963. But I think because this has a square boss, it's one of the later models from 1963 onwards. It's actually in really good condition. I've already said this. So I've got it mounted to just quickly mounted to me worktop here. But I'll quickly show you, and we'll show you this square boss that I'm on. So on some of the earlier ones, this boss here was rounded. This here. And if that was rounded, that would denote that it was from pre-1963. As this is a square type, it's probably sometimes from 63 up to early 70s, I believe. It also has this, if you see that there, it's a pipe bender, a mini pipe bender or wire bender. It's ideally, this is ideally a modeller's vice or a jeweler's vice. And one of the things I like about this screws out. This little anvil here on the back. It's on a screw thread. And it's portable, so you can mount it pretty much anywhere you want to. But what a stunning little vice. I'm now going to take it apart. And it looks fairly straightforward. I've had some more complex vices. I'm going to take it apart and we'll go from there.
I'm just a chill guy. I just like to take it easy. I just like to take it easy. I'm just a chill guy. I just like to take it easy. Chill guy.
Well folks, that little pipe bending bit just doesn't want to come out. I've had mold grips on, I've had heat on it, I've had the air hammer on it, and I eventually went in with me giant pipe grips. It still wouldn't come out. It's actually snapped. Look at this. You see that? But that's not of concern, because I'm just simply making another one, a better one. This is about making this vise too nice to use. Anyway, just another job for us to do, isn't it? Let's crack on. Well folks, I've had vices come apart to be a lot harder. That was relatively easy, but I'll still show you all the gear that I've had to use to strip it down to its component parts. I've even had to put my glasses back on. Don't tell the girls, they love me blue eyes, spoiling them with glasses. But I'll show you the tools and then I'll show you it all stripped down into its component parts. So, these are the tools I've had to use. Pipe wrench, side cutters, mold grips, air hammer, big hammer, spanner, pipe grips, drift, another drift, screwdriver, centre punch, pry bar, and a gas torch. All that there just to strip the vise down, but it's stripped down and here it is in all its parts. I'll be putting new jaws on, I'll be putting a new handle on, and I'll be making a new one of them because that's snapped, and I'll be putting a brass anvil on as well. Black as the roads. So folks, you've just seen us strip the vise down and take all the paint off, ready to polish it up. Next thing to do is I want to fix the, well, put a better handle on both the clamp on the bottom and the handle for the vise operation. So I'm going to cut the handles off. Sounds a bit drastic, but I've got new steel coming to replace these handles, and I'll put some nice straight handles on. There's a little bit of a bend in that one. So I'll show you the handles. I'm going to cut them off and then I'm going to dress them up in the lathe. So I'm doing a little bit of lathe work too. So let's crack on. As you can see folks, there's a bend in that handle there, and that looks a bit rusty and minging, and that one's I don't know whether that's the original finish from Record. It looks like there's something missing off the end, or they've just put them lips on the end, pressed lips to stop them passing through. But I don't like that either, so I'm going to tidy that up. So yeah, need to tidy these up. That's the next step. Folks, one of the most difficult things about getting older is brain fog, forgetting stuff. And I've got that many tools, and I try to keep the workshop tidy. I tidy up, put them away, and I never remember where they are. It's a right pain in the butt. So I need this emery tape, because I need to do a bit of sanding on the lathe, or emery cloth it's called. It's all different grades. And I knew I had a box of emery cloth somewhere, and it's normally where I would keep it. I must have tidied it up. It's took me 20 minutes to find that. 20 minutes. Anyway. So folks, what you've just seen there is me go down, sanding the end of the screw thread, the handle for the vise, the boss. Going down through various grades to get it from rough to smooth. You also saw us using the angle grinder. I wanted this rounded edge here. Can you see that? I wanted that rounded bit like that. And to do that on the lathe manually for me, it's beyond my skill level. So a little bit unorthodox. I used the angle grinder with a flap disc in to give it that rounded end. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the same with that little one there, which is the clamp to clamp it onto your workbench from on the underside. Probably most people don't appreciate that or don't see it, but I want to do that. I don't think you need to see us do that in the lathe. You've just seen a good spell of that. So I'll do that one next and show you when it's done. Right, next job. I want to try and replicate this little anvil. You saw us take that off. I want to try and replicate that in brass, and also this mini pipe bender that snapped off, remember that? I also want to replicate that pipe bender as well in brass. A little bit pointless, people might say, because the anvils, the hardened steel for whacking stuff on, basically. Instead of whacking the vise, you whack these replaceable anvils. But because this is a jeweler's vise, a hobby vise, and I want it to be stunning, I'm going to do it in brass, and it'll work just fine. But you'll always have that one to go back. Not that one, it's knackered. But hey, here we go. Bit more lathe work, I think. Hey folks, so if you recall when I was taking out the original pipe bender, it snapped off. So I've now got to try and drill that out. I've no doubt it's hardened steel, but if you've seen some of the other videos, I do have some cobalt drill bits. So what I've got to do is try and pin this dead center, see if I can drill it out to probably 7mm, because I've made that step on there 7.9, and then I can tap it in, and it's an interference fit, it should stop in. That's the idea. I think it's going to be quite difficult. I'll turn this round. Quite difficult to drill that out, but let's give it a go, see where we get. So folks, I hope you understood what I've done there. I made a bit of a boo-boo, to be fair. As I was drilling out the old the remains of the pipe bender, I was using 7.5mm drill bit, because I'd left 7.9 on the end of my brass pipe bender. But as I was drilling with a 7.5, the remnants of the old one came out, leaving a hole which is probably about 8mm, and my brass inserts 7.9, so it wasn't an interference fit anymore. What I should have done was drill that out first before I made the pin on my brass pipe bender. Hope you understand that. So what I've done is I've drilled in the bottom. It's a snug fit anyway, and I've put a little grub screw. So what I'll do is when I come to reassemble it all, I'll put some Loctite on it all. Loctite in the grub screw, Loctite on the pin on the pipe bender, and I'll quickly show you again, and that'll hold it all in, all nice and solid. I just need to clean this all up. So as you can see there's my little grub screw. I've drilled and tapped that. I've actually made that tiny little grub screw myself. I should have videoed it actually, but it was a little bit experimentation. And that's all fixed in, lovely there. I just need to clean the rough edges up on that. Job's a good one. Wing it, make it up as you go along. That's what I do. Morning folks, it's another fine day in Davy's workshop and the steel and brass that I've ordered has come today. So that means, you saw us make the abutments yesterday, that means I can make the handles today. I'll say how much I get done because I'm on late shift, got to go to work this afternoon, bummer. Yeah, so see if I can get the handles made and the jaws made. I'll show you this is my steel that's come. That's for the main handle, that's for the tightening clamp underneath, and that's the brass for the jaws. So that's today's job. Let's see if I get that done. So guys, that's the main handle done, and it looks bloody lovely if I say so myself. I've just got to do the same on the clamp handle on the bottom. Don't need a video of that, you've just saw us do that one. So I'll get that next one done. Right then folks, I've done the second handle. There we have our mini one, and there we have our big one. Quite pleased with that. Now I've got to do the jaws, some brass jaws. I always make a bollocks up on one of the measurements because the holes through the jaws are so precise. That's what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to really concentrate so I can get them right first time. But yeah, jaws now. Good morning folks, it's another day and I've got the jaws fit to the vise. I just need to shape them up a little bit, file them up to make sure they're all nice and square, nice and parallel, and then start polishing all the metal up on the vise. So hopefully I'll get it finished in the next few days, because I can only do a couple of hours on it here and there because I've got to go to work. God damn it. But anyway, I thought I'd do a little section of little GUI's big juicy tips. and you'll see is in the videos where I'm drilling quite a lot. And although I have different drills to save us swapping bits over, I thought I'd give you a quick tip on changing bits in the drill. So when you see us changing a bit, what you probably don't realise is I use the trigger. And if you're not used to using a drill all the time, this is how you would probably put a drill bit in. So you'd put the drill bit in and then you would use the chuck. It's a bit awkward. I'll turn that down a little bit. I'm standing on my tippy toes here. You put the drill bit in, and I see people using the chuck, fetch the chuck back to where it should be, like that, and then give it a nip to tighten it, and then they'll start drilling. And then when they want to change over a drill bit, they'll undo it, undo the chuck, put another drill bit in, tighten it up. But there's actually a quicker way to do it, and the quicker way is to use the drill itself. So what you do, you've got to be gentle, you've got to be careful, and until you get used to doing this, I would advise you be careful. But what you do is you use the power of the drill to undo the chuck. Done. Did you see that? Tight. I can now drill with that. Now I can take it out. And that saves all that backwards and forwards with a chuck like that, and then tighten it up. So if I wanted to put a smaller drill bit in, that was a big 13mm drill bit. I've got what looks like a 5mm drill bit there. I put it in and I hold the chuck just gently, pull the trigger gently, and it's nipped. And what I'll do is, to nip it, I'll just hold that a little bit firmer. Not too hard, because the drill will rip your skin. But I hold it firm. That's now tight, ready for me to drill. Simple as that. Back it off, put the drill in reverse, hold the chuck, it's out. It's in, ready to tighten. That's a quick and easy way to change from drill bits, different sizes. Don't do it with gloves on. If you do it with gloves on, your glove can wrap around that chuck and it can break your fingers. And again, you've got to be careful. As long as you've got tough hands and tough skin, that's a quick way to change a drill bit. Ready to drill. And that is another section of Little Gooey's big juicy tips. Anyway, let's get back to this vise. Hey guys, you can see as they're polishing up the brass jaws. Needs to be done, but I'm going to do something that you shouldn't really do. So what's happening is that brass is getting very hot very quickly, and I just cannot hold it. So I'm going to have to put some gloves on. You should never really put gloves on around turning machinery, stuff like that, stuff like these grinding wheels, because if your gloves get caught up, they'll just ravel up and snap your fingers and stuff basically. But that brass gets so hot so quick because it's such a good conductor of heat and electricity, whatever. It's too hot to hold, so I'm going to have to break the rules a little bit. I've got some nice fitting gloves, there's nothing loose about them, but yes, sometimes you've just got to bend the rules a little bit. Anyway, let's crack on. Right then folks, I spent a couple of hours polishing all that up, all the brass, all the vice, all the steel. I'm going to do something pretty drastic now, and you're going to think, what the hell are you doing, little gooey? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to spray it black. And you think, well, why? Why have you just spent all that time polishing it up and now you're going to spray it black? Because folks, this vice is 60, maybe 70 years old, a little bit older. I don't want it to be brand new. I want it to have some patina, but I want it to be a piece of engineering artwork at the same time. But I want people to realise that it's old. So what I'll do is I spray some black paint on, and this fills all the imperfections, all the grooves around there, all the casting defects with a bit of black. And then once it's dry, I rub over with a little bit of thinners on a cloth to remove most of the shiny surface, to reveal most of the shiny surface, but leaves the imperfections highlighted in black, and that gives it a kind of patina, puts the age back into it, or at least I think it does, and that's what I do. So I do a little bit of spray paint, and you think, why has he polished it, spent all that time polishing it back up? It's to make it look better and still retain some of that age. So that's my next job. So folks, all the polishing, the grinding, the paint removing, the wire brushing, all that seems to be done on the vise, and all that's left to do now is reassemble it, grease it all up and get it running lovely and smooth. So that's my job today, reassemble the bits and get this vise finished, hopefully today. I need a new project, I need to move on. However, let's see if we can get this finished today. Alexa, volume off. Alexa, off. Well folks, it's finally finished. I'll give you a quick look, put some pictures up and conclude this video. One thing I would like you to do for us, because I'm trying to build a YouTube channel, I don't have many subscribers, and the more I get, the bigger my channel gets. So if you like this video, and if you liked what I've just done, if you like some of the other stuff that I do, please remember to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, a like. It's free to subscribe and it helps my channel grow through the YouTube algorithms. So I appreciate that if you can do that. But let's have a look at this finished vise. And apologies for the crap music in my background. It's not my music, it's my neighbour's painting the fence. But let's have a look at this vise.